We're counting down the top 8 reasons Gucci's reputation as a luxury investment is under fire. From global logo overload and collapsing buyer demand to shocking quality scandals and resale values that trail far behind rivals, each entry exposes another crack in the brand's promise. Which issue kick-started Gucci's decline? Let's begin with number 8. Gucci's Double G is not a status symbol anymore. It is a global wallpaper. With around 538 stores scattered from Milan to Miami, the logo now shows up everywhere, on influencer feeds, outlet racks, and even knockoff stalls. What once hinted at insider privilege now floods the market, making it hard to tell a $2,000 Marmont from a $40 fake. Luxury used to mean scarcity. Gucci chose mass visibility instead. The result is clear. The Double G is so common, it has lost its power to command a premium. When everyone can get the look, paying top dollar for the real thing starts to feel like a losing bet. Gucci's fortunes in the Asia-Pacific region took a nosedive in early 2024. Sales in the region dropped by nearly 20%, dragging down the brand's global numbers at a time when the luxury market as a whole was still growing. While Hermes and Chanel were expanding waitlists and posting double-digit gains in China, Gucci's Rosso Ancora campaign failed to catch fire with local buyers. The deep red signature, meant to reboot the brand's image, landed flat. Affluent Chinese clients, once the engine behind Gucci's growth, shifted their spending to brands with deeper heritage and stronger investment reputations. For Gucci, losing ground in the world's most important luxury market was not just a stumble, it was a warning. A $1,937 Gucci bag was sent out for repairs 3 times in a single year. Fur slippers that start shedding after just 7 wears. Sunglasses costing $650, but the hinges loosen and the lenses pop out within months. Leather belts with screws that work themselves loose, or ceramic hardware that starts peeling before the season is even over. These are not isolated stories. They show up in customer reviews, repair shop invoices, and online forums. The promise of Italian craftsmanship fades fast when buyers find themselves scheduling repairs more often than special occasions. At these prices, even one quality failure is a deal breaker. For many, disappointment with durability is not just inconvenient. It is the final push to sell or to never buy again. Chanel's entry-level bags now start above $4,000, yet demand keeps them selling for full price, and often more on the resale market. Hermes Birkins do not just hold value, they multiply, sometimes trading for double or even triple the original retail price. Louis Vuitton's Neverfull routinely flips for around 136% of its store price. Meanwhile, younger buyers are shifting their loyalty to quieter brands like Bottega Veneta, Miu Miu, and The Row, where the promise of long-term value feels more real. In this field, Gucci finds itself stranded. Too pricey to be a gateway, never scarce enough to inspire the kind of bidding wars that turn a bag into an asset. A $2,000 Gucci Marmont bag rarely breaks $1,400 on the resale market. That is a 30% loss the moment you walk out of the boutique. Most Gucci bags, Marmont, Dionysus, Sylvie, hover between 65% and 80% of their original price when sold secondhand. Even the hottest styles barely reach 110% or 120%, and that only happens if you catch a fleeting trend. Data from the Real and Vestiaire Collective show average Gucci resale prices have slid sharply. Some reports put the drop at over 10% in just a few months. For most buyers, the promise of luxury turns into a quick financial loss, not a lasting asset. Financial unraveling is now in black and white. Sales in 2024 fell by the high teens percent, sinking from over 10 billion euros to 8.5 billion euros. That is not just a bad year. It is years of growth wiped out, taking the brand back toward its pandemic-era size. The pain did not stop at the top line. Gucci's operating income was slashed by around 40 to 50%, cutting the brand's profit engine nearly in half. Investors reacted fast. Kering, Gucci's parent company, watched its share price tumble by roughly 40% over the same period. While competitors like Hermes and Louis Vuitton kept breaking records, Gucci's new launches, Emblem B and others, failed to catch on, deepening the sense of a brand in free fall. Gucci's identity has become a moving target. In less than a decade, the brand lurched from Tom Ford's razor-sharp minimalism to Alessandro Michele's riot of color and pattern, and now to Sabato de Sarno's muted so-called quiet luxury. Michele's exit in 2022 and de Sarno's arrival in 2023 left loyalists stranded, unsure whether to embrace granny chic or pared-back basics. Retailers felt the whiplash too. Sell-through rates for new collections sank to about 37%, a brutal drop that signals unsold bags and racks of leftovers. With 2 creative directors in 3 years and no clear signature, Gucci's personality crisis is now its biggest liability. Gucci lost 0.10% of global luxury market share in 2024, while Hermes and Chanel pulled further ahead. True luxury is built on scarcity, waitlists, controlled supply, and heirloom quality that outlasts trends. Gucci, instead, sells aspiration, hype that fades, not assets that hold value. For buyers chasing investment, the numbers are clear. Gucci now means depreciation, not legacy. Across all 8 entries, one truth stands out. Gucci's value now lives in image, not investment. In today's luxury world, hype fades fast, while true worth endures. Choose wisely.